What is going on YouTube? Chris here, ironcoregyms.com. So kind of going to go a little off script here today and kind of go over everything you got going on in the world. You know, self-help, motivational stuff, you know, outside the normal fitness routine where everybody's struggling right now. Everybody's got issues going on in the world, jobs, family, you name it. You can name a million of them. My biggest thing, I've been going through these too. You know, never afraid to admit a weakness. I've been struggling. I have been struggling probably since May. And, you know, the ups and downs of life, business, it is a constant battle every day. You know, you're waking up and we feel it. You know, we feel that in that room and the walls are caving in, and what do I do to get out of this? How do I maneuver out of this position here? And then it's like waiting for the next stone to fall, and when this is going to happen and that's going to happen. And, you know, this morning, woke up and I was like, today is going to be a good day. You know, I can still hear my grandfather saying, when you wake up in the morning and 2 feet hit the floor, that is a good day to start. Because some people do not have that possibility in life. And, you know, if that's the start to your day, boom, you're alive, you're healthy, you can walk to the bathroom, you can brush your teeth, you can do your hair, you can put your clothes on, you have clothes, you live in a house. All these things go by the wayside anymore. And the reason I'm saying that is we're so caught up in trying to figure out what the next move is, what the next big thing is going to happen, what the next anything we got going on, where it's like, you know what, I should really just be happy for what I have and be thankful. You know, especially with Thanksgiving coming up here, and thinking about all that stuff goes a long way. Stop planning ahead. Stop predicting the future. Stop saying this is going to happen, that's going to happen. And we're putting so much mind and energy into these thoughts and these processes and these what ifs, and those things may never come. Now we just spent hours and days worrying about these things, putting this thing all into perspective, and it's like, man, I just wasted all those days and times focusing on this stuff when I could have been worried about something else. I could have put my mind into something that is going to make me stronger, is going to make your business grow, is going to make your relationship grow. You know, building a bond with your kids. You know, that goes into the phone. You know, putting the phone down. You know, we all have phones. Everybody does. Everybody knows their triggers. Everybody knows where they want to look, and where they know that if they do look, they're going to find stuff that they don't want to see, but they go do it anyways because that's going down the rabbit hole. You know, it's seeing your best friend buy a new car. All of a sudden you want a new car. You know, it's your best friend just got a new job. I want a new job. You know, your best friend just got a pet. I need a new pet. You know, this one got their nails done. I need to get my nails done. This one got their hair done. I need this. And it's just this cycle that just over and over and over and over. And it's like a battle of who? Of what? You know, trying to one-up that next person. And at the end of the day, they could care less about what is happening. But if we're constantly trying to battle these inside demons as we try to get better in life, we're never getting better. You know, we're just getting ourselves better in that split second where we go out, we buy that new car. Great, what's next? We go out and buy that new pet. Great, what's next? You know, we're instead of focusing on, you know, what we can do to build our relationships and build our, you know, our fitness, our journeys, our, you know, our mental capacity, because it's like, you know, we're real quick to have that sugary treat and we feel so good when that treat comes up, but then when we're done we feel so terrible, our body feels bad, our stomach hurts, and it's like, wow, that was kind of pointless to do that. We need to focus on what is important to us, what is around us, who is around us, and how we can move forward. These things go a long way for our mental health, which in long term turns into our physical health as well. These are things that just go by the wayside. You know, we put them in our brain, we kind of put them down underneath, and we kind of put some dirt over top of it, grass seed planted, and boom, it's buried. But we know it's there. And once in a while, we go and we dig a little bit, we pull some up, and it's like, boom, here we go again, down the rabbit hole. Where it's like, you know what? Why don't we focus on writing these things down, putting it on paper, getting it out in the open, and work on building that up, where now we know what it means to us, how I can fix this problem. Once the problem is fixed, it is done and gone, and we're not going to sit there and worry about it anymore. I could go on for hours about this stuff, guys. I have been doing a lot of self-help, a lot of reading. These things I am trying to do for myself. And by me trying to help you guys out, talking today, I'm learning more as I speak here. Man, I can do this. I preach this all the time. I should be doing that. You know, I always preach to everybody, you know, I get better, you get better, you get better, I get better, we all get better at the end of the day. I'm happy, you're happy. We need to start focusing on those things, what we can control, what's important to us. Guys, if writing it down is the thing that's going to help you out the most, write it down every day. Because if we just keep it in our mind, it's just, the whirlwind is just spinning. It's like the blender, it just goes and goes and goes and goes. And your food and everything and whatever you're putting in the blender, it's all still there. It doesn't go away. So it's the same thing in our brain. It just sits there and just spins and spins and spins. What happens when you open up that container? It goes everywhere. So it's trying to control that today. Trying to control that in the moment here, where we're focusing on these things, building these things up. All of a sudden at the end of the day, we start feeling better. You guys got any questions on that? Please feel free to hit me up. Sometimes it is very hard to ask for help. It is very hard to admit struggle. But at the end of the day, we need to do that for ourselves and for our loved ones. We only get one life, one body, one mind, you name it. Let's make the most of it.